biggest battle that an airport has when it's trying to expand its business is often the public, with objections that can take years to resolve. We look at this Spitfire here, and that belongs to a famous Battle of Britain airfield in the southeast of England that has been facing that potential battle as it needed to expand for its business aviation activities. I'm with Robert Walters, the Business Development Director of London Biggin Hill Airport, that has just got its rights to grow with more opening hours and things there. What's happening at your airport?
Al, good morning. Yes, you're right. We're at a very exciting time in Biggin Hill's history and future, if you like. We're at a pivotal point, and this has been achieved through a long-term plan of achieving public support and positive planning policy to do the things that we need to build a resilient platform that gives capacity for our existing tenants and future tenants and users of the airfield for years to come.
Now you're opening at different times now, that so you can get in early in the morning?
Yeah, correct. So we can now accept arrivals at 6:30 in the morning from the US or anywhere else in the world, which is really important to get into London for the business day. But we can also accept arrivals and departures now up to 2300, which is very important for our Middle Eastern customers or those looking to go to the Far East or to Moscow for early morning business days again.
So, Robert, did the local public object? I mean, did you have people outside protesting or keeping them awake?
I think the aviation community, certainly today, is struggling to bring maybe young people into its fold, into wanting to become an engineer or a pilot. And so what Biggin Hill has done, first and foremost, we've identified that we wanted to bring young people back into the airport and to be able to see aeroplanes, smell it, touch it, and see what goes on. And we've done that by opening up a new public cafe where families can come along, sit there all day long and watch aeroplanes come and go. And this has been a great catalyst for people wanting to come and do work experience, inquiring about wanting to see how they can become trained to work within our industry. And that has been supplemented by a very exciting project that we are finalising with our partners at the GLA and the London Borough of Bromley, and along with London and South East colleges, to build and to run an aviation training college at Biggin Hill, so that we can train local people when they come out of school to become an engineer and then gain a job on the airport. The second thing we've done is we've gone out there into the public, into the local community, to tell people what our ambitions are and what the outcomes and what the outputs of our ambitions are. And of course there are going to be some positives, and of course there are going to be some negatives. And we've been very transparent, saying, well, look, we are going to get busier within the number of flights we're allowed to do, but to mitigate that, we need to become a more responsible neighbour. And so, for instance, with the new operating hours, we've implemented the new noise and track keeping system to make sure that our customers are flying within the prescribed routes that we give them, and they're not making, they're not going over the noise levels that are prescribed for the airport.
You're seeing growth as well. You're getting new tenants in, and you had some pretty high visibility ones fairly recently.
No, that's right. The airport has a very clear strategy about where we're going for the next 20, 30, 40 years. And we are building a platform for businesses, small and large, to come to Biggin Hill, to be able to run their own business, succeed and be their own hero at Biggin Hill for a very long period of time, because of the capacity that can be afforded to them by coming to Biggin Hill. And the most notable recent arrival at Biggin Hill is Bombardier, with their launch last week, which was kindly opened by His Royal Highness Prince Michael of Kent. And that is a big step change for the airport, that a global business has recognised what Biggin Hill can provide and achieve for their customers.